Oh, it's back here. Hello. You love it? Sweet. Yeah, this is the part of the piece that is the most complete at the moment. The rest of it, I have to do this whole fire section up here, and that's going to take a little bit. And then I got this bird right here. I need to color in the feathers. This birdie and this one. And that should be about it. And all the the goopy body being pulled apart and all that stuff, that's basically done. Unless I feel like if I mess with this part anymore, it's gonna kind of get a little bit too muddled. So yeah, I'm going back in right now. You subscribe? Sweet. Hey, be on the lookout. Once this piece is done, I'll have prints of it up in my shop, so that'll be cool. But this piece is definitely at least a day or two away from being done. It's gonna still take a minute. I'm gonna make a small batch of hand-painted prints, or what is it called? Hand-embellished prints. So it's not painting this over and over again by hand. That'd be crazy. Sweet. Where I have a link tree in my bio, or you can type in, I think on Google, just Flower Cannibal Shopify or shop, and it'll be the first thing that pops up on Google too. So, but I do have a direct link in my bio, so that'd be cool. And then if you want to have updates on when print drops happen and all that stuff, I have a specific thing on my Discord too. I got all the apps. I've seen all the other ones. Wait, all the other stuff for me? Oh, this one's not ready yet. I mean, it's not in my shop yet. I have to finish it up, and I haven't even scanned this in yet. So this one's still in the process of being ready to print. But that'll be ready in a couple days. Sweet. I'm super glad you like it. That's awesome. I'm gonna have a little comic I'm gonna make to go along with it to show the lore of like how this lady ended up being eaten alive by birds and stuff, and that's gonna be cool. So that'll be posted later too. Yay! Sweet. You were so good. Thank you. I definitely have been practicing these skills a lot, so I've been practicing the specific techniques of mixed media with alcohol markers, acrylic paint, and ink. And it has some pretty rigid rules to like how you can blend them together, and all the different mixed medias have different properties, which is like can get pretty confusing because even between very good art. Thank you so much. Like the differences between alcohol markers and acrylic paint is pretty dramatic, but even the difference between separate alcohol marker brands, I have to take into account that like these have different properties than Copics and all that other jazz. So it's like everything has its own specific little rule set of how it can blend together. It's kind of goofy. Forgot to color in the eyeball up here. You have those? You have Copics or Ohuhu or Prismacolor? I'm using 3 separate alcohol marker brands together. You gotta go? Well, thank you so much for stopping by and stuff. It's pretty awesome. I appreciate it. No need to apologize. It's all good. Are you good at painting or just drawing? Well, I feel like this is a mix between painting and drawing combined. So like I would say using these Micron pens would be in the drawing category, and then these technically have like a paintbrush like nib on them, so I count that as painting. So I'd say this is a mixed media painting drawing combination. Hmm. Let's see. I'm just taking a second to look at what needs work on this section still, and it's the birds. Bring the chair over. Okay. Also, let me know if anybody. Oh, no one's in here. I was gonna say, let me know. I have to like turn on a setting so that people can see it in like landscape and in vertical. Let's see here. What's that? I'm in here. Sweet. It's showing 0 people in my YouTube thing, but I don't know. It glitches out, so that's okay. Hello. How's it going? Oh, you love it? Sweet. Be on the lookout. This is going to be a print in my shop pretty soon. I have to finish up the flames in the background and stuff. But I got a link in my bio to my store, so stay on the lookout for that. And I'm back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Not much has changed since you left. Just a couple extra brush strokes. Oh yeah, not too much. Just trying to make sure everything is readable, which means like just making sure at a glance you can kind of see different little elements, which if you're looking at this through a phone it might be kind of difficult, but like in person, like are these mushrooms readable, all these like fish hooks. One thing with my style of painting is I like to make things very busy. It's very like packing in. Can we see the other side? Sure. I'll do a zoom out. So, oh, the other side of the paper? So here's the whole thing. And right now I just want to focus up on this one little section. Before I move on to other parts, I just want to get these birds out of the way. Because I have to put my brain in a certain mode to think about like the specific formula I built for their feathers. Once I'm out of that mode, we'll go back to the other side. Got this part and this guy right here. One thing that's kind of tough to plan for is adding in the giant orange flames in the background here is going to change the feeling of the whole piece. So while I focus on this section, I'm keeping in mind that it's going to look a bit different once this part's filled in up here. But my brain, I just like to work in sections. I just like to work in like little chunks. I feel like every artist works in chunks. I've seen a couple different processes, like getting the line work out. I mean, there's everyone's process can be as unique as their fingerprint. I mean, there's so many different ways you can go about it. But like when I think of a more traditional painter that does like or even like watercolor that does a wash for the whole background and then paints in like that, versus having areas that are fully rendered, versus having the pure blank white of the page still showing through in certain sections. So, but yeah, I'm trying to debate on if I add too much shading on these hooks, they're already so thin and small, they're just gonna get lost in detail. So I'm trying to debate, like, how much do I shade them? How do I go about that? Oh, I know. I know. See if I can find it. Okay. Let's see if this pen works. One thing I'm worried about is that the feeling of the piece, like I can look at it through my camera up there, and I'm seeing it in person. And there is definitely something to, like, the scale of this piece is pretty big, and the feeling isn't the same through the camera, in my opinion. I'm not gonna say it's like to the level of like saying like your phone can't capture a sunset or something like that. But there's definitely something, there's like a it factor that I want to be able to translate at least, so it's readable on the screen. For the flames, try putting some blue in the middle for realistic vibes. I will take no criticism and no feedback. I'm doing this my way or the highway. My way or the highway. Everyone can say their 2 cents about it once it's done. Wow, it looks better. Sweet. Yeah, I'm just adding some little details onto the fish hooks. Message retract. No, Gary, it's okay. You can say stuff about the flames. I didn't mean it that seriously. You're fine. I don't even know if you're still in here, but you didn't say anything out of line. I just have a very, very specific vision for this piece, and I don't want anything to change it. So I fear that person might have already left. Oh well. Let's see. How many more fish hooks? You got these down here. Oh, there's still some left. Okay. Let's see. These fish hooks up here are giving me grief because I'm doing them. It's not legible. Yeah, this part's goofy. It's gotta move. My weak spot with drawing is I usually always need to add more dark contrast because the way I work, it's a lot easier to add on versus take off color. So I'm always a little bit more hesitant to put down heavy tones right off the bat because it's not as easy for me to switch things around if I need to. So I've noticed that's been my biggest weakness with this type of technique. So I'm going back in and adding some darker shadows on this worm here. Whoops, to help with the contrast. Yeah, it looks cool. Let's go. Okay, okay. Okay. Alright, that looks pretty good, pretty good. Oh, I forgot about this part. I was like, I knew I was forgetting something. can clean up this section in an hour, I'll be happy with that at least. So this bird's done. Birds look fine. This little part. Of course, there's more birds over there I have to do. I still have to do some stuff with these worms. Okay, I'll see if I can get that done in an hour. This one back here. Still. So one thing that's very important to me is that everything makes somewhat sense. Like, how do I explain it? I want you to be able to follow any of the objects in this piece and for them to make logical sense. So I noticed with this fish hook over here that the string, something about it, it cut off abruptly right here. So then I just added this little part right here so the string goes back to the central body cavity, because it's kind of become my pet peeve now that we're in the new age of AI art. And the strange thing about AI art is like how it kind of understands stuff, but also at the same time makes errors that like a human wouldn't necessarily do. So I kind of am on the lookout for any errors that would be like in this piece I have a lot of little fish hooks that all have strings that overlap and underlap over different pieces here. But if this was an AI drawing, at least in 2026, the state of AI stuff in 2026, it would have a lot of trouble keeping up with the consistency of where all these lines go. It would like be all jumbled and it wouldn't make sense. Although, you know what? I'm not technically up to date on whatever the newest models are, because I just see what I see online. I'm not like in the circles. I'm not in the... So I'm not technically seeing what might be at the forefront. But yeah. I don't know, that was kind of rambly, but I hope that made some sense. The one thing that's bugging me right now is the top hat up here. It doesn't feel like I'm like something about it. I don't know if it's too light or too dark, but it's bugging me. So I'm gonna have to fix that. And outside of that, I'm pretty happy with this section. Pretty happy with it. I think everything looks legible. I think I could still add maybe a couple more feathers over here. Go back in with a little bit of red. I think I need to add a bright white highlight onto these wormies. So I'm gonna see how that looks. So I haven't added, well, yeah, there aren't really any white shadows or white highlights because it's all illuminated by the flames, but we'll see. Yeah, that white highlight was necessary. It just makes it pop more. Okay. Go right here. Okay, I think I'm staring at this thing for too long. And I gotta take a break from it, but I think take some angles of it. Ah, that looks awesome! Yes! Still gotta color in these like worm eggs. And then the golf grass over here definitely needs some work. Yes. Let's do like a... what can I color in still? Let's do this. Okay, that'll be a good angle. Okay, I think I'm gonna head out because I've been here for an hour, but Here's how it's looking so far.